Imagine you've just watched your team play 3 games. They've sweated through 270 minutes of football.
And now, whether they advance or go home comes down to the colour of their jerseys.
That actually happened. And it's not even the weirdest rule on this list. Today, we're ranking every World Cup tiebreaker rule. From the ones that make total sense to the ones that make you question everything about how this sport is organised. Let's start at the beginning. The group stage. 4 teams, 6 games. And at the end of it, only 2 teams move on. You win, you get 3 points. Draw, 1 point each. Lose, nothing. The team with the most points goes through. That's it. That's the obvious one. Most sports work this way. No surprises yet. But here's the thing. In a 4-team group, it is shockingly common for 2 or even 3 teams to finish with the exact same number of points. When that happens, FIFA doesn't just flip a coin. They have a list. A very long list. And the further down that list you go, the more unhinged it gets. Step 1 on the tiebreaker list, goal difference. If 2 teams have the same points, you look at how many goals they scored versus how many they let in. Win 4-0 and lose 1-0, your goal difference is +3. Pretty intuitive. Teams that dominate their games should rank higher than teams that scrape by. Most fans understand this one without needing an explanation. Step 2. Goals scored. Still reasonable. If goal difference is also tied, the team that scored more total goals ranks higher. FIFA wants attacking football. Rewarding goals is a way to encourage it. Fine. Makes sense. We're still in sane territory. Here's where it gets interesting. If teams are still level after points, goal difference, and goals scored, you don't move on to something completely different. You actually run those same 3 calculations again. But only for the games played directly between the tied teams. It's called head-to-head record, and it's essentially a mini-tournament inside the tournament. In theory, this is elegant. 2 teams tied on everything? Let's see what happened when they actually played each other. In practice, it creates situations where a result from one game, maybe a game played 2 weeks earlier, ends up being the entire reason a team goes home. Players had no idea at the time how important that match would become. That's a little uncomfortable. But we're not at uncomfortable yet. That comes later. We're now at step 5 on FIFA's official list. Fair play points. Every yellow card is worth -1 point. A red card, -3. 2 yellows leading to a red, -3 total, not 4. And the team with the fewest disciplinary points ranks higher. Now, on the surface, this actually sounds fine. You want to discourage reckless play. Punishing teams for accumulating cards? Reasonable. But think about what this means in a high-stakes situation. A team could be knocked out of the World Cup. The World Cup! Because their defenders collected 1 extra yellow card over 3 weeks. Not because they lost a game. Not because they scored fewer goals. Because somebody got cautioned for a foul in the 70th minute of a group stage match that felt completely irrelevant at the time. The 2018 World Cup in Russia. Japan versus Senegal. Both teams level on points, goal difference, and goals scored. Japan
went through. Senegal went home.
The reason? Fair play points.
Japan had 4 yellow cards. Senegal had 6.
2 yellow cards. That's the margin between the World Cup round of 16 and your flight home.
OK, we're nearly at the bottom of the list. Ready?
If teams are still somehow level after all of that, FIFA draws lots. Literally. Someone puts pieces of paper in a bowl, pulls one out, and that determines who advances. Random selection. Pure chance. The sporting equivalent of a coin flip, except with more administrative paperwork.
And honestly, some people argue this is more fair than it sounds.
At that point, the teams had been separated by every meaningful measure imaginable. Points, goals, head-to-head, discipline. If you can't split them after all that, maybe random really is the only honest answer left. But try explaining that to a player who has spent 4 years preparing for this tournament.
So here's where we land.
The World Cup tiebreaker system is genuinely a ranking from obvious to absurd. Start with points. Perfectly logical. Move through goal difference and goals scored. Still logical. Add head-to-head records. Slightly uncomfortable, but defensible. Then fair play points, where a yellow card becomes destiny. And finally, a literal lottery. What this tells you is that FIFA tried really hard to make the system feel fair. And for the most part, it is. But the further down the list you go, the more the sport stops being about football and starts being about paperwork. The wild part? In most tournaments, you never get past step 2. Points and goal difference settle almost everything. But every few years, the system reaches into its back pocket and pulls out something completely unexpected. And when it does, the world notices. So next time you're watching a group stage match and a commentator says, "The fair play record could come into play here," you'll know exactly what that means. And you'll also know that somewhere a player just got booked for a foul, and they have absolutely no idea what they just cost their team. If you want more of this, the hidden rules, the weird history, the stuff that actually matters, subscribe. We're just getting started.